You know, I'll tell you what, one topic that I really like to talk about is our involvement within the fraternal structure. How important are fraternal organizations? You know, probably today, when you take a look at history, historically, fraternal organizations have been around since the 1860s. First started up in Erie, Pennsylvania, and they were formed by people that worked on a railroad. Back then in the 1860s, 1870s, there was more discrimination that goes on currently in our country. Extremely more discrimination. They were discriminated against the ethnics, against the Poles, against the Germans, against the Italians. They were discriminated in one fashion or another. So an organization were founded basically to assist people. They were to assist people, to get them together for their rights. When you take a look at America itself, it became a beehive for community self-help. That's why fraternal organizations were started. That was the primary reason. Back in the 1860s, 1870s, when our forefathers emigrated to this country, the average person, the average worker, couldn't afford to be protected, to get life insurance, or any sort of insurance. Insurance back then was really for the sophisticated audience, for the well-to-do. That's why fraternal organizations were started, to bring people together. That's the basis of this organization. It was formed to assimilate people into the American way of life. And it's done a tremendous job. But not only the Polish National Alliance, but all fraternal organizations. And now the question comes up, do we really need fraternal organizations? In this day and age, do we really need them? And my answer would be, absolutely yes. Absolutely yes. Why? Because of all the volunteer services that fraternal organizations do. If you would summarize the amount of volunteer hours that fraternal organizations across the country put together, there are billions and billions of hours. Fraternal organizations provide programs that assist that. Does the Polish National Alliance do that? Yeah, we do. We do in various ways, because we bring people together. In which way? Through the sports programs that we have, through the educational programs that we sponsor. When we take a look at our bottom line for an organization, we contribute about $700,000 a year for all these fraternal programs, the scholarship programs, and the sports programs. $700,000. You need to be involved in a community. That's what fraternal organizations are talking about. What's the future of the Polish National Alliance? What's our vision? You know, you need to have a vision of where do you want the organization to go to. Well, you need people like yourselves to be involved. You need to get your children involved, as well as your grandchildren involved in community affairs, whether it's the Chamber of Commerce or whether it's a political action group. You need to be involved. See, within the ethnic community, or the Polish community, we're always Monday morning quarterbacks. We always say what was wrong. You know, this should have been done this way, this should have been this way. But you know, the idea is, why don't you talk to me on Sunday afternoon in the second half of the game? Tell me where the ball should go to. Who should be the quarterback? Don't tell me on Monday morning where the whole damn world knows about it. Talk to me on the second half of the game. What should I do? The same way with us as a group. So yes, folks, we need organizations like this, more so than ever before. But when it comes to getting maybe a scholarship for a young man or a young girl, where do they go to? To the organization, to the PNA. And I mean that sincerely. When somebody wants to do a big project, they come to PNA. Do you know why? Because the Polish National Alliance still does have influence. It has influence, and it has the dollars behind it. But our society, our economic times are not what they were even 5 years ago. Our premium income, our income on our investments is not the same what it was just a year ago. And the reason for that is because the interest rates have come down to a lowest level in history. We take a look at interest rates on mortgages, how low they are. They're much lower than when I was in grade school. And that's a number of years ago. Take a look at the amount of money you receive on your savings account, on your passbooks. What are you earning? 0.15? 1.25? That's all you're getting. Look what your CDs are doing. A year CD and you're earning 1%. That's the issue. So that has an effect on organizations like ours. Every organization and every financial institution out there, whether it's the banking industry or the insurance industry. That's why we need people like yourself to make sure that you get that message across, because there's that old saying, "Jedność jest siła," or in unity there is strength. And that's so applicable for us within this organization. This organization has been great, and it's been successful because of people involvement. The officers, absolutely, you need to have a good staff. You need to have good administration. They have to be vigilant on what's happening as far as the economic climate is concerned. Then you have to have good employees. And everything has got to mesh together in order for an organization to be successful. But they also need people like in the audience here that will make sure that the organization prospers by getting more people involved. And that will make us not only stronger as an organization, but also financially stronger as well.